fantastic. I just want to say again from everyone here at APS, thank you so much, Philip Baker, for joining us today. Philip is one of our fantastic webinar speakers. He's done quite a few webinars for us before. We've had significant risk identification. We've had dust. I'm actually going to put them in the follow-up email, so you can check them out if you'd like further information from Philip's Juicelet Tones. And we will jump in. First of all, a couple of people have said thank you. Michelle says thank you very much for an interesting presentation. Karen says thank you very much for a very informative presentation. Thank you everyone as well for doing the poll. I'm just going to do questions now until we finish. So if you've got a question, put it in the Q&A. This is all recorded if you need to head off, but you can watch it back in the members area. So Tristan again. He asked a question, grinding and needle gunning for surface prep, question mark?
Yeah, if you've got some steel and needs to be prepared to SA 2.5, needle gunning might well be the way to do that. To get rid of all the, if you're going back to the base steel, could be grinding, maybe grinding, maybe not, but yeah, options. Sandblasting, grit blasting, shot blasting should always be the choice, because you don't create the addition silica dust, and you tend to have more professional contractors.
Thank you so much. Callum says there will always be some dust residue no matter what process is used to address its removal. Managing the level of dust is the critical issue though. What happens to the dust that has been collected? How is it managed at a refuse plant? And what would the dust handling measures be? So a couple of questions there.
Yep. Well, that'll be that waste management stream. We could certainly get a speaker on that if you wished. I'm guessing that they treat it all properly when it gets to the things. Certainly asbestos is very, very highly regulated. But yeah, it needs to go into the right waste stream and probably ends up in a hole in the ground.
As it should be. Anna says, what action was taken against the client who didn't allow space for adequate welfare?
I don't think action has actually ever been taken. I'm sorry if I gave that suggestion. It is one of, it's I'll come around again. It's like the duty to manage. Clients have an obligation. I don't think there's been a prosecution where there's been a prosecution of a client where there's been inadequate welfare. Certainly, I find it motivates the client. If you think about going to site to collect information for the health and safety file, they always like a comfort visit. Welfare is one of the topics, and you can use that trade-off between the two to drive the contractor to provide better facilities. Eventually, I think, hopefully, we'll get to a client prosecutor because there's inadequate welfare. The contractor would have to make a very good case for it, I guess. I would suggest it's probably not going to be in anybody's spotlight. And we haven't got the detail on the inspection initiatives. Some of those improvement notices might have been against clients, but probably more like contractors, sadly.
Thank you so much. Tristan's got us a long question again. I always get my tongue wrapped around these. Can you qualify the segue from EH40 straight to your list of WELs? Asbestos and lead not included, though COSH and the lead regulations came into force at the same time. COSH is invisible twin. Lead has an OEL instead of a WEL and needs separate risk assessment under CLAW 2002.
No. No, I can't.
Perfect. Thank you.
I can't. Those are the numbers. You're quite right. Lead and asbestos are not in EH40 because they're not dealt with by COSH. Tristan will know the answer to that better. I'll put Tristan on your list of speakers. You can speak to that point at some time in the future.
Wonderful. We're just going to get to the last couple of questions now. Callum says, thank you very much. Neil, thank you very much for good seminar on dust associated topics. Rory, William, and Gary all say very thorough. Thank you very much. Tristan again, substances in combination. The construction dust definition excludes asbestos and lead containing coatings. So how are you defining substances in combination?
I'm not.
Perfect.
It's a topic outside this presentation.
Thank you very much. And Callum says it's worth noting that on-site disposal of extracted dust may put the operative changing / cleaning filters or emptying dust bags may
Yep.
put the operative at the higher concentrated level of exposure if not continuing to wear the appropriate RPE and follow the correct disposal procedures. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, and again, it's about selecting. Have you got a vacuum that's got an open container with a filter that needs to be cleaned, or you got a vacuum with a closed bag and all the stuff goes into a closed bag and you just change the bag. So again, those are the kind of micro details that need to be thought about at site level in terms of managing the processes. But yeah, absolutely, Callum, you're right. There's no point in putting it in a big tin and then pouring it out the tin because you just create the dust all over again.
It's very, very true. Oh, goodness me. And again, lots of lots of people have just come through saying thank you ever so much, and very happy with today. So I'm going to stop it there.